Okay, so George, tell me about yourself.
I am retired U.S. Navy, came to the Philippines first time in 1984 approximately. Flew into Cuby Point with the Navy and came here off and on for a few years, and then after that I didn't come back to the early 2000s. At that time I was living in Denver, Colorado, and came over with a friend from work, and then I met my wife. That was about 17 years ago, and we started coming back every year pretty much, sometimes twice a year, until about 2.5 years ago. And then because I was deciding to retire, we didn't come for a couple of years to save for our retirement.
So question, so like, why did you decide to retire in the Philippines? A lot of places, like, there's a lot of places, good places. You have like St. Martin, because you always go there before, right? And also like you have Rico. So why decided retiring in the Philippines? What do you like in the Philippines?
I like the people, the culture, the food. A lot of people don't like Filipino food. I love Filipino food, so I like the food. I love the beaches. I love to travel. It's very tropical. I like heat. I've lived in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, so I really like the heat. Plus Florida, a lot of time in Florida, so the heat I enjoy it. I like the warm climate. I have to be by the ocean. That's probably because I was in the Navy for 20 years, but I've always liked the ocean. But like I said, I like the Philippines. I like everything about it. There's good and bad everywhere, but here the good far outweighs the bad.
Okay, so when you said culture, right? The Filipino culture, what is the culture that you like the most?
What I like about the culture of the Philippines, probably more than anything, is a respect for the elderly. In the U.S., they tend to, like a lot of countries these days, they don't respect the elders. They stick them away in a old folks home, nursing home somewhere. They barely get visitors. They just put them over there to get rid of them. In the Philippines, they treat their elders with respect. If a family member disrespects an elder, like their grandmother or grandfather, they would be considered, I guess, a black sheep of the family. And so that's what I like the most, is that the way they treat their elders with respect. And so that's what I like.
What about the Filipino? How do they treat you?
Filipinos are very nice, very friendly people. Even though a lot of times some of the people who are very poor, if they still only had a little bit to eat and you were their guest, they would still share their food with you.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a page, right? Can you tell us about, like, why did you make the page? What is George's all about the Philippines?
It's kind of what I said before. It's about it's to promote the Philippines, the people, the food, the culture. It's to make Filipinos proud, and also to hopefully entice others not living in the Philippines, whether they're from the U.S., Canada, Australia, the Middle East, wherever they're from, to come try the Philippines on their next vacation.
Okay, invite them to your YouTube channel.
Okay, what's my page about? The first page I started was Facebook a few years ago, maybe about 7 years ago. I started, and that's because I like the Philippines so much. I wanted to promote it. Next thing I did was Instagram. I had someone else kind of running my Instagram for me, but then they did not have time, so I had to learn how to do Instagram myself. And I want to post the many photos of the Philippines because I wasn't in the Philippines at the time, I had to get people to send me their photos, and I would post them and give them credit. Now that I'm in the Philippines, I can post my own photos and still post other people's photos as well. But Instagram was the second thing I did. Then I had a website. I had to terminate the website. I lost my website creator. So now we're in the midst of creating a new website. And then also we have YouTube now. We have a YouTube channel that was just started since I came to the Philippines in July. And hopefully the YouTube channel will be able to travel eventually, if the pandemic ever allows it, and we can show everyone around the world what the Philippines has to offer, whether it's Palawan, Luzon, whatever it is, Visayas region, Mindanao, wherever. But we want to promote the Philippines with our YouTube channel and share our experiences of the places we visit and the food and the people. So I hope everybody will join that and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, like I said, check out our Facebook, our Instagram channels as well.
Well, I have a question. Like, do you support any organization in the Philippines?
You caught me while I'm eating food, but yes, I've been working with Civic Bay Children's Home in New Cabalan here in Olongapo City for maybe 10 years. But before, I had to do it from afar. I visited a few times over the years when I came on vacation, but now I'm actually here, so I hope to visit more often. You know, start off maybe once a month, then hopefully bi-weekly, eventually maybe weekly. Spend some time. My family likes it there as well. My daughter has already met friends, other girls her age at the home, and it's basically an orphanage. They used to be started out by U.S. military was here. They left babies behind, the sailors and other military. So they would take those children in as they got left behind. Now those are all grown up. Now it's all local kids pretty much. So they bring in those kids that are homeless, that's been abused, physically, sexually, whatever it is, and they've brought them into the home and given them a safe place to live, go to school, and go to church. They have Civic Bay Baptist Church. And if you're ever in the Olongapo area, you can attend that church. They also have a great Friday night dinner, family dinner on Friday night, so you can check that out as well. But anyway, that's the organization I support, and I'm looking into some other organizations similar to that to give some of my time here while I'm in the Philippines. That's it.
Well, just invite them to your page and YouTube channel.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and also look out for our new website. Don't forget that Instagram is all about Phil's. Everything else is George is all about the Philippines. Thank you.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.